All right, how did that go? We're hoping that you took enough time to really explore those exercises. That mind mapping thing, I had never done it before I met Nancy and we started writing this book, and I found that way of construing those situations and trying to get into those emotions was so much better for me than just linear prose.
Right, and the other benefit of doing the mapping is that you develop your language in a unique way. So you by the objects that you select, like home or person, and you start attributing qualities and characteristics to each of those, and then all of a sudden you've got to connect some dots. We're asking you to compare Laura's glasses to a roll of tape here, right? So what do they have in common? Well, let's just go through this. So this roll of tape it's round, it feels plastic, it has a little bit of bounce. I can see you. So it could be
This is the fun part. This doesn't have to be a lot of work.
It could be a toy. I could make a road here in the sandbox and flatten something out. And obviously it is sticky. It has sound. And it flexes. And I know that I can stick it to something. Actually, it's a great way to pull lint off of your clothes. Okay, so there's some things, and let's talk about Laura's glasses here. They are...
So when just by...
Yeah, let alone. They are...
plastic. They make a sound. They're a little bit flexy.
They are bifocals, are they? Or are they just readers?
They're just readers.
They're readers. They have a piece for your nose, and there are 2 eyepieces in this one, only one in the tape. Yes, you put them on your face, so they rest on your ears and your face. They feel a little bit cold, maybe, so maybe there's a temperature to them. Maybe they fog up at different points.
They're in one piece, this is in one piece, but when I consider them together,
what happens?
The first thing I think of is, when my glasses break, I will hold them together with tape.
Right. So, right. I should stick to the exercise at hand and just look through this lens for a moment, or
to find a deeper intention. She's so deep. It's so great. So all of these things, the whole chapter is designed to get you to think in ways that you might not be used to. Use language in a way that might actually help you articulate what it is you're thinking, what it is you're feeling, so that you can then communicate that effectively to the people who are hearing your songs. I think we talk about sort of letting your song roll like a 3-minute movie. The more descriptive, the more universal you can make your observations, the greater the chance you will connect to the people who are your audience.
Right, and also as you're developing this kind of show me language rather than a tell me, this visual language, you're creating metaphors. It's a great way to get into creating metaphors. So, like, I know that the line in my song example, in the work that I'm doing, it is, that, I don't know if I've revealed that yet in this chapter, but to take, this idea of construction as a language with wood and nails and, plywood or hammering, and what are all those tools, and put that together with the emotional damage of this man, and then how does that change how I could talk about this person? and it totally gives a shift and gives an interesting metaphor. Now, if my uncle was a sea captain and I wrote about that language, that again would give me a whole different set of words that I could use to describe the emotion and the feelings, and to show my listener what that character is experiencing, or what my vantage point of that character is in this case.
Right. The whole chapter is designed to illustrate, I guess, that language, there are many different ways to think about language as a descriptive device for reaching inside and also for communicating outwardly. And the ways in which we think about things can change. So we can actually expand our linguistic devices and the ways we think about things by using some of the things that we put in the chapter. So it may be a corollary of don't believe everything you think. I would say don't limit yourself to everything that you think, because just by thinking about it in a mind mapping way versus a prose list might get you to different descriptive elements, might get you to a broader understanding of what it is you're writing
Right.
about.
And that beautiful thing of doing it in nonlinear, like doing the mapping, that's a great way to start exercising different areas of your brain. I think if we were to be put under a scan while we were doing these exercises, a whole lot of different areas of our brain would start to light up because we're looking at them in different ways. It's that same thing too when we mapping. If you were to do some exercises with your non-dominant hand while you're doing some work, or before you actually start doing some work, just try and write some notes with your left hand if you're a righty, and that starts to loosen up other parts of your brain. And we don't just want to work on the right side of the brain. We do require both sides to get this work.
I would just hasten to add that those of us who are left-handed have a natural advantage.
You actually do. Because you live in a right-handed world, you have to learn to adapt, and that's a big part of it, is how do we adapt? And now we're adapting to our own, our own vulnerabilities, because we want to get down really deep into those. And also remember that you don't have to share all of your findings. I've done these exercises where maybe I'm writing about a person that I don't want to reveal that to the world, and I don't want to reveal my feelings towards a certain situation. Maybe I'm just not comfortable doing that at all, or not yet.
Mm-hmm.
But there's value in doing the work anyway, because as we know, it's like therapy, right?
Well, also that provides you with the raw material, and then, as we will talk about in a later chapter, you don't have to tell the whole story. You just have to tell a story. So why don't we let them get on to the next chapter?
Right.
All right, see you soon.